Alright, we are on.
Alright, so after slight technical difficulties, we're picking up from most of the party spending the night warm inside the Old Port Inn. Ulrich inside decided to spend the night in the frigid outdoors, so you two are way out here in the top right of the map. At least everybody met Garen, the owner and barkeep, on their way in, but you decided to... Be it as it may, everybody decided to investigate in the morning. So, Ulrich and Sai. Generally, at least I assume Ulrich would avoid lighting a campfire as to avoid unwanted attention. But with the hostility from the snowfall and wildlife, you had no choice to spy winter clothing. Ulrich?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're lighting fire.
Yeah. You found the wilds here are not offering you any respite. Even with the fire, you're cold. But the ash clouds, you have no stars. And the noises, both of you are watched, and perhaps even unwelcome. So roll me a perception check. Both of you, actually, for your respective night watch.
Ooh, nice. Six.
Not the best. A natural 20, on the other hand. Okay, so who took first watch?
I think I did, but I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Let's go with that. So, Sai, on your watch, it's gotten, well, late. You haven't slept in a long time. You probably slept through your watch. But you said you'd have the second one. Ulrich, on the other hand, so visibility was poor during the night. Despite that, I assume you have dark vision as a dwarf, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't that bad. The slurry is the same old storm mix of snow and ash that's been coming down for the last few weeks, actually, a full month. So you didn't get quite a good look at whatever it was, given the distance. But at the tree line, you could have swore that one of the trees was walking. Every now and then, it was in a different position. How would you react to that?
How far away is the tree? Is it like out by the edge of vision?
It would be, you're kind of up on a hill, right? And it goes down into this low slope before it rises up into the mountains. And somewhere in that bowl is where the tree line is. Let's say probably 400 feet away from you. This is kind of the kind of thing that you notice in the corner of your eye, something, you just bookmark it. That's where it is. But every time you kept looking, it wasn't there. It had moved.
Okay. I just kind of watch it for now. If it's not going to come at us, then I'm just going to keep an eye on it, or try to.
Okay. Nevertheless, it is very unnerving. You don't usually see anything that big. Some of the topiaries that you guys did encounter were, 2 feet tall? Those little shrubs. Just for frame of reference, this one is pretty big. But it doesn't seem to be getting any closer, if indeed that is what it is. So you just wait till morning?
Well, if Sai's going to, if Sai's going to take his watch, then I'll tell him about it and all that kind of shit. But yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
All right. Well, by morning, or at least as far as you can tell is morning, it's gone entirely. As a matter of fact, the entire forest line seems to be a little further away than you remembered.
Okay. I mentioned that to Sai as we start packing up camp. And I think I want to head back to the inn to get everybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get.
Yeah, it would be a surprise to me, so I'd just be looking around like, wow,
All right.
Was-
So meanwhile, everybody else at the inn spent the night in warm comforts. As everybody settled down, the hushed murmur finally ceased for a little while, which was nice, before resuming 6 hours later over breakfast. So what are you guys doing?
Greta is up early.
Earlier than 6 hours of sleep?
I mean, she went to bed before the rest of them.
Oh, that's true. So how do you spend your time?
I think she'd probably head downstairs and kind of just look around, see what kind of people show up early, get some breakfast. You know, maybe steal if anyone is, leaving their shit laying all over the place, but just hanging out.
As far as anything to steal goes, why don't you give me a sleight of hand check?
Well, okay, but it would only be if someone left all of their dishes on their table when they left. She wouldn't just do it for no reason.
Are you looking for food, dropped change?
No, I don't care, just to punish someone if they're being messy.
Huh. Okay, well, roll for it. An 11. Well, you gave it a look. You're definitely doing your thing. It is very messy, but it's more of the unfinished plate kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The innkeeper's awake, and he's trying to recover, but there's still...
Oh, well, then I have to help him clean. I'm not leaving that shit around. He's trying. Let me help.
Okay, so Greta spends probably the first couple hours of her morning filling in as filling in as the cleaning lady. So I imagine about this time, everybody else getting downstairs, Ulrich and Sai, you're coming in.
Yeah, we'd be coming in about this time.
I would have got up after my, whatever hours of rest and just started doing some regular workouts in the morning, some crunches, some pull-ups, and some.
All right, sounds good. Everybody else, you're downstairs, you're in the tavern. A lot of the locals are starting to wake up, and they're forming their usual cliques, or at least as far as you can tell. Everybody's kind of staying well together. They're not split up. So what does the party do?
How did you guys sleep?
It was warm, relaxing. Got a
This
bit of
place,
workout.
this place is filthy. Gil, this place is filthy.
Yes, as Greta's pointed out, some of the other patrons weren't exactly thorough in their cleaning after them.
I'm sure Gil is not at all surprised.
The alcohol was good. I slept really well.
It was a little cold, but it turned out pretty good.
Yes. Wait, why was it that you two decided to sleep with the maggots and mobs?
Because we're men.
What does that mean?
I've grown accustomed to sleeping outside. It doesn't really. It's not different for me. I don't notice a difference from like a bed.
I usually sleep outside. It's much better than being in some stuffy old fucking inn.
I don't
Fire,
get you guys.
smoke, and lice and fleas and shit. Who needs
All of
it?
those things are outside.
Not where I sleep. It's too cold out there for that shit.
Yeah.
To each your own, then.
It's probably too cold for
Did
the
your
trees, right?
outside provide you with a delicious breakfast, as I hope this and
No, I get my own breakfast. I don't need it to be provided.
right. One never knows when the government is looking over your shoulder, of course, providing you
What?
exactly.
Said it. So what do you guys have on the menu?
You know,
So you beckoned for the barkeep?
sure.
No, no.
Might as well grab some breakfast.
Greta has totally been munching off the plates that she's been cleaning up.
Oh shit, who'd we lose?
Or who did we gain? No, we lost.
Oh, there's Mike.
There he is. Alright, so after a few minutes, and especially once he hears the mention of breakfast, he does come over to your table.
Morning.
Morning. Happened
So?
again tonight, you hear?
So, do you also provide breakfast? And what do you have on your menu?
Well, breakfast included. The menu, I'm afraid it's the same as last night. We got the last of the porridge in stores.
Very well. In that case, I suppose I'll have a bowl of porridge, some bread.
I'm assuming all of y'all want a bowl?
Oh yes,
Just
please,
bread.
good sir. That sounds
I'm okay.
great.
Noble.
I had a squirrel for breakfast.
But if you could show me where your dish sink is, that would be great.
It's in the back room. Why are you collecting my dishes?
Because it's dirty.
Well, if you feel like hustling, I suppose I can give you a free breakfast for the table.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I don't care.
Oh, all right.
She's already heading to the back.
Anyway, so he looks back at the other guys and he says, another Hillcock's cattle gone. Y'all here?
No, I was outside.
Well, he ain't seen them either, but he knows them was them goblins. Staked one of the heads out for him to see, the savages. And we're still missing the Ukrels.
So you're saying that in addition to your problems of agriculture, you also have goblins attacking your life.
There's always been a few. I mean, the cattle herders don't raise their stock too far afield the last few years. A lot of the outlying farms have been abandoned for a while now.
Is he offering any reward for the return of the cattle, or
Oh,
bringing the ne'er-do-wells to justice?
I'm afraid them cattle are long gone. They're on the menu.
I see. Then is he offering any reward for bringing these goblins to justice?
Well, I reckon the mayor's probably got a say in that. We've been complaining to him as long as I could remember about it. Last few months, though, their activity's up. Ain't sure what's done it.
I see. When is the mayor's office open?
Around, well, noon usually, but I reckon he's up just as soon as everyone else now.
And this
Especially
farmer.
with the attacks.
And this farmer. Where can we find him?
Oh, he's the first house you walk by on the way in.
Very well. Anything else you've heard?
What do you know about trees?
I look at him as like, the fuck?
I mean, we got attacked by bushes. So it's fair.
You're telling me you got attacked by bushes?
No, I'm saying that I might have noticed something wrong and strange with the tree line last night when we were out. I just wanted to know if it was a normal thing or.
Well, I mean, you might ask Corky at the shrine.
Corky?
Yeah, she's our priestess. She's that Shantia, the goddess of the grain, good harvest. Maybe she knows.
Okay. You have druids or anything around?
I mean, I'd talk to Corky.
Sure. Okay. Why don't you bring me an ale?
Sure thing. So he goes back behind the bar to the back room where Greta is apparently cleaning dishes.
Fuck yeah.
So
They're
I want
almost
to tell the group about the tree line and the moving tree and stuff like that.
All right, well, shoot.
So, oh, that's a little cold out there. Takes me a while to get the phlegm situated. I noticed last night that there was some movement around the tree line, and it looked like trees. At least one tree. I know we had a problem there the other day with those fucking bushes, so I'm kind of on alert. Give me a weird sort of feeling that I don't usually get. So then I wake up after my shift, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and tree line looks like it moved back. How far would I say it moved back?
It was hard to tell from the distance, but it seemed to have receded at least 50 feet, like you noticed it.
Okay. So, I mean, it moved a significant amount, like enough for me to notice. So, that's stranger to me than goblins.
Perhaps so, but goblins but tree lines don't pay. Did you notice anyone cutting?
No, it was pretty dark and stormy last night. I didn't see anybody out.
Well, the problem is I don't know what you're looking for. Signy, would you rather bash some goblin's head in or look at some trees?
Definitely the thing with blood and bones. My experience, civilization doesn't normally stand toe-to-toe with nature very well.
Well, that's one vote for bashing. A sigh.
Difficult to say. We do know for a fact that there are such creatures out here. I mean, we were attacked by bushes last night. If
But
there are
what
more
do you
of
want
these
to take
things
care
out
of?
there, if there are more of these things out there, I think the trees would be something to keep an eye on first.
Okay, that's one vote for bashing goblins, one vote for playing with trees.
Look, I don't mind killing goblins. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll kill goblins all day. So, I mean, let's just go and find some information, maybe. Maybe we'll talk to Corky and the other one and see what the deal is, see what they can tell us.
Yeah. And you're also assuming that goblins and trees and bushes are not one and the same problem as well.
That's
a good
true.
point.
We might find that out. All right, I'll go grab Greta. Help her finish with the dishes. I don't know how we started washing dishes.
What? Yeah, what the
Made her-
fuck? Does she have like a dish fetish?
She has a clean. She likes things clean and polite.
Oh, one of those.
Got me
Okay.
a free meal. No, I can complain.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay for this ale either.
I don't know if the ale was covered, but hey, who cares now? I'll go grab her. Greta. Greta.
What?
These are not all from last night. What is...
Well, the ones in the cupboard they were dusty, and then that one had a smudge.
Greta, these dishes are taller than me.
So I was wonderfully efficient.
How did you even stack these?
I'm resourceful.
Greta, did you... Tell the truth, did you borrow any silverware?
Maybe.
Well, look, we have to get moving. It seems like goblins are attacking livestock, and last night, Yorick saw the tree line move. So either we have moving trees or goblins. One way we might get... Go ahead.
More trees or less trees?
Like they move back.
Oh, well, who cares? Fewer trees.
Trees don't generally move, though.
Like, she gives you a look like, I grew up in the forest. I know that.
So you don't think it's a little weird or creepy or worth checking out?
Meh. Whatever you want.
You just want to go whoop Goblin's butts because you think they'll have treasure we can have, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Plus, goblins are belligerent and
They're total brigands.
don't worry, I'm sure we'll get to take care of both. You want some help to get this done so that we can get about our business.
Oh, I guess I can leave them.
No. I will help you clear the dish.
All right, so it's not long before the barkeep comes in and sees what you've done to his kitchen with all the stacked dishes. So are they stacked clean dishes or dirty?
Oh, yeah, no, they're clean.
Now, how the hell did you get all this done already?
I'm very efficient.
She's extremely efficient.
Well, I see that. I think I'm ahead for the morning. Thank you very much. You two can clear out.
You're very welcome. She totally gives him a little curtsy.
Well, now. Here, take this. For your trouble. And he'll pass over 20 silver pieces.
Oh, thank you.
I look impressed. And
Thank you.
just keep walking.
I ain't seen that much work done in a minute.
By the way, his timing was impeccable. Because if he would have walked in, an armadillo was going to help her clear a dish.
Everybody would just spend the session cleaning.
Would have gave the dishes a little elbow.
Oh, knock him over?
But
Okay.
he made it in time to stop.
No, she'll
All
go.
right.
She'll go happily with you, Gil.
All right. So for what? For right now, even if we decide to go take care of the tree thing first, we're still gonna go talk to Corky and the mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure we'll talk to them, see what information we get, and then figure it out.
All right. Cool. Everybody's down with that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go talk to Corky and the mayor. That sounds like a 70s sitcom.
The sitcom I was thinking was that Life Goes On. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on. Down syndrome kid?
Goes on. Yeah. Oh, right. His name was Corky. There we go. I forgot about him. I don't think I actually ever watched that show, but I do know it existed. All right. So we exit and we go toward the mayor, unless the farmer's house is.
I mean, I thought Corky was at the temple.
Oh no, Corky's
Yeah,
at
the
the
shrine.
temple. Corky's
is
at the
close.
shrine.
The shrine, which is right next door.
Okay, cool.
All right,
All
so
right.
you're going to the shrine.
Yes.
We're going to the
Everybody's
shrine first?
assembled. Everybody went.
I did.
Do we have any reason to suspect anything of this person, or are we just going for a friendly conversation?
Are you asking me
Is
or the
this-
party?
No, I'm asking the party.
Oh no.
Is-
Right now, as far as we're all concerned, Corky's perfectly cool. She's got us with a grain. So
Yeah.
as far as Armagil is concerned, that goddess is cool with Thander, so he is cool with this goddess.
Well, then Greta's cool with that.
Anybody else have any thoughts on what to do next? Do you want to go to the mayor or do you want to go to Corky?
Priestess is fine. I doubt the mayor would have anything.
Yeah,
That great
and
to say.
we'll wait for him to wake up anyway.
I
At least
mean,
he gets up at noon.
No, but Mayor has the greatest thing to say. Money. I know. I'm the only one here who actually cares about money.
I mean,
in the wood.
you know,
But look, money's money. You're right. It's
No, but like everybody else can get their best armor of like 75 gold. I'm the one that has to sit there and try to finance fucking 1,500.
All right. So apparently, as you approach, the shrine doubles as a barn of a sort. As you're approaching, you see a small flock of red hens milling about. A Narmagil, you could probably give me a religion check about that.
All right.
it was that. So
14. Okay, so as a religious man of Lathander, you do know that Shantia, the Grain Goddess, or the Great Mother, as she's most commonly referred to as, is very close with working with Lathander. And these hens are actually one of her symbols of the deity. Even though it's very messy.
Oh, cool. Did I say that in character or out of character? I said that out of character, didn't I? All right.
I didn't hear you.
No. I said that I know Narmagil is going because he knows that this guy was cool with Lathander. And I didn't remember if I said that in character or out.
that was out.
Okay, cool.
But it is very in character, which is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Right. All right, so, yes. Yes, he is extremely close with Lathander. They work in concert. Him bringing the light, his light helping her crops to grow, and both of them bringing praise to each other through their bounty. Even these chickens, these are sacred.
Sacred chickens.
They're big and they smell bad.
Yes, but they are sacred chickens. They are not eating.
That one's eaten.
Yes, they eat, but they're not for eating.
Oh. What's the point?
Look, I'm just saying, I'm like 4 feet closer to them than you are.
They're still quite
She's
friendly,
right.
Greta, don't worry.
Unless they swarm.
As long as you don't attack them, they won't swarm you.
She's like totally attached to Gil's leg.
You ever seen chickens eat like a mouse? They're
Once.
savage. They're tiny dinosaurs.
That's the current theory. Any rate, let's knock on this door. Or let's enter the temple. When we
There's only
enter,
chicken shit out there.
it's not going to smell like that in there. It'll smell like wheat. When we enter, make sure we wipe our feet in the into entrance, and we'll just be sure to go in quietly and calmly. There are any other particular traditions you have to follow to enter. Just be respectful.
So as you enter, you realize just how much of a small town shrine this is. It is nowhere even close to a temple. And it does smell like chicken shit. As a matter of fact, there are
Great.
bark and chips all over the ground because this is where the hens sleep.
Oh, hell no. Greta is going to go to the mayor's place.
I walk in the.
You know what? You got this, Gil, right? I'm going to go talk to the mayor.
Yeah. You guys go ahead. God damn, this is not fucking water deep. Yeah, you guys. And
Told me to wipe my
Armageddon realizes for the first time that this is not water deep.
I mean, look, you guys do what you want. I can be all sneaky and stuff. Let me see what I can find out.
I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, so as everybody walks in, or is it just an Armageddon now? Did everybody bail?
Yeah, is anybody coming in with me?
I'm still there, but
Oh, thank you, Signy.
I don't wipe my feet because there's no point.
Greta wouldn't even step in there.
No,
She was like, no.
it's fine. Been in worse.
All right, so as you two walk into the barn, you're greeted by an old gnome priestess. So she walks up. She goes, "How can I help you?"
Ah, greetings. I am a servant of Lathander, and I bid you good.
A servant of Lathander. Oh, you're just like Sir Bradford. You're welcome here.
Ah, appreciate it. Sir Bradford, is he your paladin, or is he your dawnbreaker?
He was. He preached for our area for some time now, but he's still missing with that party.
Ah, that is quite disappointing. I was told by a innkeeper that there's been some trouble with goblins in the sacking of your cattle.
Yes, and Sir Bradford was the first to respond, bless his heart. He went right off with that party to contract the druids. That was a month ago.
Month. Strange for someone that powerful to have disappeared for that long. This must be more dangerous than a small party of goblins. Oh,
He
in
wasn't
addition,
alone either.
that is disappointing. In addition to that, my hunter, and right now Mike's offline and he's not with me anyway.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
Only Signy.
Okay. He mentioned that he saw the tree line move yesterday.
Well, that sounds a little more like the superstitions of the townsfolk. I mean, they've been going on about that for some time. I'm not sure how much stock I put in it, but the druids...
Theoretically, what could cause that?
Why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
Yes.
I wouldn't put much stock in the sun disappearing either, but that's kind of already happened as well. Putting
Very
that out there.
nice.
You got a natural 20 on that. Okay. So she seems very hesitant to discuss anything about the druids. Perhaps having taken the recent news a little harder than most, because the Great Mother is a layman's god of druids and worshipped for agriculture, farmers, gardeners, etc. for the harvest. But her attitude, she's just sighs and seems to deflate at the mention, even though she's the one who mentioned it. There was an old undergrowth established many years ago. They used to sell a single piece of magical fruit, the highest bidder from the tree, in Oakhurst, once every midsummer.
Oh, see. Oh, shit. I see. Oh. Fruit. Wait, a single fruit?
One single fruit every midsummer. They would sell it in this town at this shrine for 50 gold pieces, which was all the town as a collective could bring themselves to pay. But we haven't heard from them in some time. Many years, as a matter of fact, before any of this started to happen. But it was definitely the start of the decline.
So, the sales of a fruit have not been available for some time.
I'm not sure why. They just stopped talking. The goblins, they started coming in more. Everything started to fall to pieces. And now with the mountain getting stirred up, it's really no wonder. I'm not sure what else could go wrong.
I see. And I don't mean to be rude. And if I am, I beg your forgiveness. How much did this village profit from the selling or the auctioning of this fruit?
Well, the
The town
town
bought it.
didn't. The town was paying for it.
Yeah.
You
The whole
see,
town
why?
chipped together to get 50 gold to buy the fruit.
that fruit healed any who suffered from any disease or any ailment at all. It brought much prosperity to the people here, good health, good vigor, and the land was fruitful. But the
Fruitful.
seeds would never take. We could never engender our own trees, and whenever the seeds did germinate in the proper season, not too long after they were saplings, they were stolen every time. That's when the rumors started about the druids. See, folks started to blame them and saying that they were ensuring their monopoly, their fruit. They were rather aloof, and they always have been. I never doubted their intentions. They are right enough, sort, but I just don't understand.
Oh
I
yeah.
see.
Why give someone a fishing rod when you can just sell them fish?
That's a good point, Signy. Still, I don't like some of the occurrences we're seeing. I don't like how some of these things are connected. So first they lose their agriculture, their farmland. Then they start to lose their livestock. All this after the sale of its fruit has come to a close. And now we have goblins feeling comfortable enough to just stroll into town at their own desire. That and a powerful paladin goes missing with a group of others. We better go talk to the mayor. Figure out exactly who's gone, see what assistance he can lend, and see if he can point us in a direction. Unless you can, my lady.
Well, I could definitely tell you who's gone. It's the Ugrels.
Ukrels, an entire family.
Two. It's the children of the matriarch. They're the noble family here.
The noble family has disappeared along with Paladin. I'm surprised this entire village isn't in a panic.
We are. Everybody's just trying to stick together. That's why there's so many people over at the tavern, as much as I would disapprove. Everybody's just afraid.
Is there anything-
I understand.
Is there anything special about these kids? Something we should know?
Well, Talgan was a fighter, as far as I understand, and Sharwin studied magic, last I heard. And of course, I sent Sir Bradford with them, and he's a paladin, Dander. And though he's not a local, he's very good with a sword.
So the two noble kids went with the paladin to check out the trouble.
They went to the ruins. They were trying to reestablish contact with the druids for the sake of the town and figure out what's going on with them and the goblins, but we've been getting picked off, I know that. The constable sent one of her scouts with them, I think Caracus was his name, Pathfinder, but even
You said this has been 1 month.
they went out a month ago now, yes. They've been gone for some time.
Wow. How far away is this place, the ruins?
A few miles up into the mountains, I think. I could probably find a map, but I think the mayor would have more to go on than I would.
And you guys know, or does anybody know where the goblins are coming?
The ruins.
Same place. Yeah.
She just starts nodding. That's exactly why that party went there. I'm not sure why, but the mountains has been teeming with goblin traffic. It
It
was
also-
the Hukrell's suspicion that it might be the goblins who's preventing the druids from coming around here. But ever since that nest or whatever got kicked up, something else has been coming out of that mountain, and we don't know what it is.
It's probably fucking giants.
As you were listening, Yorick,
Ulrich,
since you didn't
look.
Giants are terrible. Thieves, every single one of them.
as you heard, Yorick, since you were standing here the entire time and not away, the tree line situation is probably also connected to this temple, as many of the locals are blaming it on the druid.
The druid is pulling the tree line back?
No, that's not what you heard at all. You heard her say that that's not what happened. She doesn't believe it's what happened, but people are blaming them because they're aloof and nobody knows anything about the druids. However, as she also mentioned, this just happened to occur.
It's not just the goblins who's nicking off some of the cattle. I've seen some of the bodies. They've got dozens of needle-like wounds. It's no knife or darts we've ever seen, not arrows. But nobody's seen the creature.
Like thorns.
I suppose, in theory,
In Armageddon, didn't you get hit by one of the bushes? You can compare.
Yes. Did the wound look like this?
that looks a little bit more like a scratch, not so much of a puncture.
Oh, damn. That would have been way too easy.
I know, right?
Would I have an idea of things of that nature from being a woods person?
You can give me a nature check.
One more quick question while I got you here. You said that you had to wait for the correct germination for the fruit?
Germination season for the fruit.
That thing. So it only happens once a year, or what are you talking?
In the midsummer is when the fruit actually came to fruition. The tree, that's when it produced.
Okay. And what's is
That's
this
what
the
I-
right time of year now?
We're in the start of summer. I haven't seen anything come off the tree in summer. I haven't seen the tree at all. And it's the druids. I suppose you'd have to ask them, but they don't leave.
All right.
So with a 13, I might be able to elaborate a little bit more. So the topiaries that you did see, it's not uncommon. It's a practice for them to, I wouldn't think of it as a construct or an elemental, but they are animated. It's something of the forest entirely that will do this. Almost like a trent, a living tree. They're living bushes, and they are cared for by a druid circle and used for the defense of the land. But they're not hostile. As a matter of fact, they would rarely ever shed blood, even if it was demanded directly from a druid. So, would they have thorns? Some of them. It depends on the area.
Okay. So there are creatures that do have thorns and produce these kinds of attacks, but it's hard to say. There's a number of different ones. I don't know which is which, but you say they don't harm anybody and they don't attack, yet they've been attacking cattle.
Well,
And us.
No, I think those were
the
different.
town has been coming in. We've been very, very careful because of the cattle and the goblins. I suppose if anybody was out on the frontiers of the town, wouldn't be very safe.
Right, but these things are acting out of ordinary by killing these cows, right?
I'm afraid I wouldn't be the one to ask.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Is there anything else that you can tell us about the situation? Anything we should be aware of? Anything, even the smallest, minute thing might help?
Well, not that comes to mind. I think that's the full extent of what I know. I haven't seen any of these creatures either. It just doesn't leave a trail. I don't know that any of us have.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You just need to make an informed decision, you know? But don't worry about it. I think that we can figure this out. If it's just goblins, if that's the problem, then it's not going to be an issue. If there's something more, like I'm kind of suspect there's something wrong with this druid, or if there's more than one, but so that might be harder. But if it's just goblins, don't worry about it.
She nods.
We should
Go ahead.
we should go and visit the mayor. See
I
what
agree.
else he knows. See if we can get this map, and see if we can negotiate some form of payment. Though I must admit, cover your ears, please. Actually, would help out with this simply to destroy.
Yeah, whatever's going on is a foul pestilence in the wilderness, and I want to buy.
All right, so we walk outside. Is Greta like outside, or does she go towards the ears?
No, she totally went to see what she could find out.
Well, I guess we'll switch to her scene then, or whatever.
I mean, she might have been stymied by the door.
Yeah, okay, so the center of government in Elkhurst is just the office of the mayor. Werner Lung, she probably would have mentioned his name, who's also a nobleman of human stock. Next to the town center, as I'm sure you've noted, is the jail, a stout building where all the town's miscreants will serve their sentences. So Greta walks in, and she's greeted by a receptionist who's a weepy-eyed young gal. So she just asks, "Where's your parents?"
She is super indignant. I am fully grown. I am 127 years old. Thank you very much.
I don't think so, honey. Why are you here?
I want to talk to the mayor.
He's in a meeting?
Seriously, I am an adult.
Can I help you find your mom?
Oh my god.
She's getting up from the desk and walking over and looking outside the door for parents somewhere.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Because I am an adult. I am 127 years old. I am a forest gnome, not a child. And I want to talk to the... You know what? Look, I even have a signet ring. I can show you. See? She totally has a thing. It's from her charlatan false identity business. I have papers.
So you pull out your special papers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so your false identity, is it like a... how do you say? A noble lineage? It's proof? It's the family tree papers?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, yeah, I suppose. I don't know what the equivalent would be in this environment.
Something like that. But basically, it would be the full documentation of who you are, and you pull that out and you start trying to show her. Can you still give me a persuasion roll?
Sure.
Maybe with advantage? Natural 20.
I don't need it.
Okay, so she looks at the papers and she definitely does a double take, because she doesn't believe it. And probably would have thought that you took your parents' papers from a very safe place and would have been even more worried. But after going through them a little bit more and probably seeing a sketch and all this stuff and going through all the paperwork that you were very thorough in establishing, I am so sorry. You're just so short, even for a gnome.
That is very rude.
I apologize. She looks like she almost patted you on the head, but didn't.
I mean, she's 2'7", which is like literally the height of someone's death.
Yep.
Okay, so can I see the mayor, or I would like to see.
I can see if he's busy. Can you wait here?
Yes.
Okay, so she hurries off, and this fiasco probably took long enough for everybody to finish the conversation. So everybody else walks back in, and Greta did get stymied at the door.
I don't go to the mayor's, by the way, but you know.
Okay, so where do you go?
Just going to a general store. Basically just to get traveling supplies and warm clothing, stuff like that, just to be ready for when we go.
Okay, do you have the adventuring gear list?
I don't, but I can find it.
I mean, if you click on your pack, it tells you what you have. See?
There's another thing. Just a tiny little.
I mean, I think it depends on what pack you picked.
No, it's the complete gear list of all general goods that any general goods store would have. The price.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we don't have to go through that entire ordeal. If you just want to expedite it and pick out some gear, you probably would have prepared for the area before coming here. So I'll just let you exchange your gold retroactively and buy stuff. It's no big deal.
Cool.
Oh, Greta, you need to buy some ball bearings.
Ball bearings?
Yeah, you can like toss them on the ground to make people slip on them. You can also use them to detect traps.
Hell yeah, I need some of those. Those don't weigh a lot, right?
Nah.
A couple pounds, I think.
I mean, I'm not encumbered until I'm literally carrying almost 3 times my weight. I am currently carrying 20 pounds and I weigh 24.
But yeah, just feel free to talk to the mayor while I do this too. I don't really like to talk to nobility, so that's pretty much how that goes.
Okay, so Signy slinks off, and the receptionist, she bustles back in.
Wait, I'll offer Greta my hand. I actually have a shoulder pad that's also a seat on my shoulder.
Hell yeah! I'll climb my ass up there. Hell yeah.
By the way, that's just for show. Obviously, if we're in a fight, she still can't take up the same space.
Yeah.
Okay, so she comes back in. Are you her dad?
I am not a child!
I am, I believe, exactly.
Just shaking her head.
I believe I am exactly 100 years younger than.
Okay, her papers were rather convincing. And as long as she's with you, I'm sure it's fine. The mayor will see you. So she ushers you towards his door. Everybody goes in?
Yeah.
Sounds good. It's silent. Never mind.
Never mind. What?
I was asking if Sai was with us, but then he said yeah. So.
Oh, did he? I didn't hear him.
Yeah, he said yeah.
Hello?
Hello,
Hey.
there we go. That's the first thing I've heard out of you in a few minutes, actually, so I was just making sure.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm just like looking on.
Okay, so Vernar greets the party with an inclination of his hand and gestures to a couple of seats opposite of his desk. I take it you're here about the missing persons.
Missing persons, missing cattle, loss of agriculture, even a promise of fruit that hasn't been held to, attacking goblins. It would seem that your town is 99 problems.
99 problems and a bitch is one. Matriarch of the Hukrels has been barking at me for a while now. So we had a party of adventurers locally based here in Oakhurst. Now, they got it in their heads to delve into the Sunless Citadel a month ago and have not been seen since. 2 members of that ill-fated party, they did meet their fate, were brother and sister, Talgrin Hukrel, a fighting man, and Sharwin Hukrel, their wizard or something. I think she studied magic. They're part of the important merchantry here. Kurrowen Hukrel's the matriarch. So she's offering salvage rights to the ruins for anyone that can find and return the last 2 members of her family, or at least the signet rings worn by her missing brother and sister, and also a reward for the signet rings.
So there is some up there alive.
Some, but after a month, I think just about everyone's moving on. The reward, 60 gold pieces for each daring rescuer per signet ring.
So I also heard that you're missing a paladin and a ranger of some repute.
Sir Bradford volunteered, as far as I understand. And Caracass, well, he's one of the constables.
That's the track.
Why don't you give me a charisma check?
Word. Is there anybody else that's charismatic and wants to help me out here?
My charisma is 12.
So far, Narvagel's the only one who's been talking. So I think it's got to be a Narvagel. A 19. Good enough. So he says, frankly, there's a lot more missing than just the Grells, as you pointed out. We've been losing watch scouts and our farms are being slaughtered. Men, women, livestock, they're all going missing slowly but surely. If you can help us, I'm willing to offer 20 gold pieces extra for the head of the goblin leader.
You got it.
You might also want to talk to the constable over at the jail about Caracass.
Not a problem. We thank you, Mayor. Hopefully, we'll be able to take care of this. So, we are talking about 80 gold total if we bring you the head, yes? Who is driving a printer?
That's the door that
Just about to ask.
may lose you.
It's 20 gold pieces per count of your party for the head of the leader.
Oh, okay.
At this point, if you can actually reach the little bastard, we're willing to pay whatever we've got.
Then we will do our best to turn the Sunless Citadel into a citadel that sounded better in my head. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, boys and lady, let's go to jail.
everyone's going over to the jail.
Open the door again.
That's hilarious. I just love how it sounds like he's driving a forklift. Signe. Good to see you.
Huh? Oh, yes. Hmm.
You ready to go to jail?
jail and see the mayor, huh?
I'm going to jail? Wait.
Yes, we're all going to jail. I can see why you don't like talking to nobles.
Yes, but I'm familiar with jail. Yeah, that one's fine.
Me too.
We've just negotiated. A high-paying job. But we need to speak to a constable first, and then need to move towards a friendly place referred to as the Sunless Citadel.
Oh, that does sound very inviting.
Well, it's just like a citadel, but you know, sunless.
Right.
The sun doesn't.
And you know, considering that my power comes from the sun, shouldn't be a problem at all. Should
Right,
be
you should-
groovy.
Right, you should feel
Don't
right
worry,
at home.
Gil. I'll help you.
Thank you, Greta. All right, so who wants to speak to a constable?
I kind of want to sneak past him and talk to any prisoners.
All right, sounds good. Let's see what you can do with that. As for the rest of us, rock, paper, scissors.
Do you not want to speak to this constable?
I mean, I could speak to the constable, but you know, I spoke to that one lady and I spoke to the mayor. I don't want people to start thinking like I'm the speaking.
I mean, I guess I could bite the bullet if you really
Wait. Now, just keep in mind, Signe. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to admit to any crime.
I understand my rights.
Don't admit to
I've heard it
anything,
before.
get you?
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. All right, so Signe walks in.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
once he starts talking with them, or she, I totally want to sneak past.
okay, give me a stealth roll. Go ahead and
Well,
resolve that first.
Good. Okay.
A 19. Okay. So, Signe, you walk in and you are greeted by a female half-elf, and she looks to be an arcanist, actually, which kind of stands out. So she greets you, and her attitude, she's immediately like, "What are you doing here?"
Hi. My name's Signe. What's your name?
Felocial, are you drunk?
No, not yet. Get there eventually, I'm sure.
Are you here to confess something?
Not in particular. Are you? No, that's an odd way to. Never mind. We're looking. I kind of look at an Armageddon. We're looking for the Sunless Citadel.
Yes, madam. What my friend here is telling you, Signe, she is letting you know that the mayor has put us on the trail of some of your missing compatriots. We know that the ranger comes from amongst your ranks, and that you have lost many others trying to attack these.
That is correct. I did send one of my scouts with that group to see them well off. At the behest, explicitly from Carowin, that noble woman.
Have you sent other rangers to go find the group?
The other rangers have been picked off on patrol.
Garbage.
By.
They've
Please tell
been
me about
taken.
goblins. I'm leaving.
They're missing. We don't know.
So, your people are quite taxed at this moment, I believe.
Our people don't extend beyond the furthest building of this town.
Oh, doesn't sound like very good scouts.
They sound like a very good.
We can't afford to lose any more people to whatever is going on. Do you need something?
Believe that's why we're here.
We need to know what is going. I've been hired by the mayor. I'm sure it was already said. We need to know
Sounds
about
like
the
you
people.
lost your best people.
If they're any good, and we need to know about them. If there's anything, we're going to try to save them, but we need information.
It's been a month. They're probably dead.
So her attitude was steely to begin with.
Oh, you guys.
And it's not getting much better. She's
Right
just
about now,
looking at
Norman.
all of you.
And right now, about now, Anarmika was remembering I used to speak.
You. She's got this look on her face that's very typical for an arcanist, where she's just searching for somebody who's not a moron.
What?
No, lady.
Not a-
I'm sorry, madam. We are, for the most part, warriors. We are not negotiators. We are not diplomats. And I apologize if we've been rude or
She
if it
just
seems that we have
raises her
disregarded.
hand sharply. So, Sidecore, can you tell me what you look like again? What is your character wearing? Not in a weird wizard robes.
It's how would I
Please
describe
be
it?
robes.
Yeah, it is a type of robe. It's like a cloak. It's a short cloak. It's not flowing like a wizard. It's a little more snug, sleek.
It's kind of like a sorcerer's cloak then, instead of a wizard's.
Yeah. That's
Very
it.
slight distinction. I think I know what you're talking about. So,
Yeah.
she sizes you up, and she just seems to decide that you're probably the smartest, or at least second smartest in the room. And she just looks at you to start talking.
We do intend to go save the children of the noble, if that's what you're worrying about. I know my compatriots haven't seemed to inspire much confidence, but we are definitely capable of bringing them back alive, and we're hoping for any kind of advice or warning or other assistance you can give us.
My advice would be to stay together. I have 1 scout missing and 5 confirmed dead. We've only gotten pieces.
The paladin that escorted the young nobles, I am getting the feeling that he was really skilled.
Sir Bradford, he has done a lot for our area the last few years, yes.
Then I'm reasonably certain that there's still a chance he's still alive and well. Has he had to face these kind of odds before? Like, is he good to stay alive on his own out of the town?
I can't speak for Sir Bradford's capability in the wilds, but I can for Caracus, my ranger that I sent with him.
Uh-huh.
We sent our best man on this expedition because it was supposed to stop this problem entirely. Whatever took them out took out a rounded party of 4. It was a soldier, that one who Krell, and the other the arcanist, 2. The paladin for 3, and Caracus, a wildsman, 4. They knew what they were doing.
All humans?
I believe so.
Well, there's your problem. You didn't send any dwarves. What do you expect to send? Best man is like 2 rungs below dwarf. So let's just kill some goblins.
Well, when I laugh, it's because Psychor is laughing. I see. Psychor tends to like observe and laugh a lot. He just says, "Can you tell me if there'll be any signs along the way that will help me identify where this party has passed? Something
I
that will
can
help
tell you
us track
exactly
them."
where they passed. They passed along the old road. It stretches for miles. It's not really frequented anymore because of the dangers that it entails, but it's the only established trail that goes up through the mountain pass, through the valley. the citadel, as far as I understand, the ruins of it, are the ravine. It's very big. You can't miss it. It stretches for almost just as long as that road does. Miles long.
Okay, that should make it a little simpler for us. One last thing I can think of. These goblins, do you know if they are in any way organized?
They have been a menace. Several years ago, I would have said that they're just stragglers, but lately, I'm not sure anymore.
The good mayor did mention that she does want their leader. So, depending on the level of organization, I guess we'll figure out what exactly that entails.
There's definitely one that's behind the whip. They've been way too active for just your typical goblin clan. They've been nicking one of our cattle every now and then, but it's been getting more and more, and now we're almost out. They're taking up to 3 at a time. It has to stop.
Well, we will stop it then.
By the way, is there anything in particular you would like back as trophy, revenge, or reassurance if we're successful?
I know that the mayor demanded the head. It doesn't have to be on a silver platter. It should be on a pike.
Very well. Would you be able to lend us any supplies?
What do you need?
My friend, would need some ball bearings and caltrops if you, perhaps a healing kit or two.
Potions.
Sure, if you got potion.
We don't have anything in the way of potions. Caltrops, yes. I'm sure I've got those in a cupboard somewhere here for the rangers.
And climbing gear.
I can spare 1 pack.
Very well. If any of your
Does the
friends
general
survive,
store have climbing gear?
yes, I'm trying to save some money.
So why don't you give me a persuasion check for this one? Since you're starting to ask for extras. 18. I don't think anybody's really failed a roll so far.
I mean, you mean except for the very first roll of the game last session where I
Yeah.
failed?
True.
Isn't there a 6 roll?
So
Oh,
she
there
says,
to go.
No. Sai failed his perception for watching at the night.
oh yeah, his watch shift. He slept through. I'm not sure that counted. He just went straight to bed. Yeah, so she says, I do know that the guard shack has a running pool. I can't afford to give you much, but if Carcass is alive, you're welcome to it.
Very well. If any of your friends survive, we'll try our best to bring them back. Matter of fact, we will bring them back, even if it's just to give them a proper.
She just kind of nods and seemed a little bit more sullen about it. It's pretty clear she doesn't have much hope herself.
That's what I was saying.
The Candace light will touch this playing me. So, Greta, what did you find?
So, meantime, while this was all going on, Greta snuck by the prison guard who seemed to be drinking,
Heck
which
yeah.
did not help his perception check. So in the back, in the cells, you do see one guy is slumped against the far wall in a cell.
Okay, well, I would go up to him.
Okay,
Like
so you
that.
go up to the bars, and he's about 4 feet away, and he's not looking. How do you get his attention?
Well, okay, is he awake?
You don't know.
Okay. Well, then I don't want to be too noisy. So, couldn't I, like, take out one of my torches from my explorer's pack and poke him with? I mean, that's a stick, right?
So, okay.
Well, I want to physically interact with him without verbally or audibly interacting yet.
Make me a dexterity check.
Oh, I'm good at those. Oh, god damn it.
Okay, so you reach in with this stick and you start to poke the man, who obviously starts to make a swipe trying to take it away from you, but he's a little slower than you are, thankfully. Yes, he was watching and he wanted to beat you with it.
Fantastic. So, hi. You awake?
The hell are you doing back here?
I wanted to talk to whoever was back here.
Give me that stick.
That's not very nice.
Neither's poking me. Give me the stick.
Do you know anything about Sir Bradford?
He's one of them uppity guys.
Uppity.
You know the type. High and mighty up on his high horse.
What about, the ranger,
He spits to the side. Yeah, I know him.
What about him?
He's a ranger. He's one of the guards. I've scrapped with him a couple times. What do you want to know?
Ooh, does he have any weak spots?
His jaw, if you can punch him hard enough.
Might have trouble reaching his jaw.
Where's your parents? What are you doing back here?
Holy shit, I am a gnome!
Well, yeah, and I'm a half orc. Give me the stick, damn it.
I am 127 years old, young man.
Sure.
Why does no one believe me? Alright, look. I'm gonna go to the Sentinel Citadel and we're gonna kill some people. And I just thought, that the constable and the mayor and the priestess and all those other lame people totally couldn't know what's really going on, and that the only people who could tell me anything useful would be part of the criminal element. You people who know their way around, smart people. Like you.
Give me a charisma check. 14. So he seems to inflate his chest a little bit more, being called a smart man, even though he's not in a very smart position. He is in jail after all. But, well, I do know a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Heartless gang's been stirring up.
What about them?
Seen a couple of their boys.
What do you mean?
What's it worth to you?
I'll give you my stick.
Okay. Give me the stick first.
Are you gonna try and hit me with the stick?
No.
Tell you what. If you give me enough information, I'll get you out of this stupid cell.
Okay.
She totally flashes her thieves' tools.
Okay, I'm interested. Well, the Heartless gang, they're not. They know what they're doing. Whatever their mark is, I'm not sure quite what it is. I know they've been watching this town, and I know this town doesn't have anything worth stealing, especially not anymore. I'm not sure who's paying them to be in here, but I know where they are.
So, where are they?
The blacksmith. They've taken the back room. I don't know what they've done to them, but they're in the back.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now give me the stick.
Sure. Tosses one of her torches at him.
Okay. So you hand him the torch.
You know, I toss it to him. I do not get close enough for him to hit me.
Okay. So he snatches it out of the air. And he lights it. So there's that moment of silence between him catching the torch, being very happy about it, and lighting it in this back room.
Is this building made out of wood, by the way?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Now that somebody's finally asked.
I mean, you don't have to set the place on fire. I will pick the locks, dude.
That's not fun.
I mean, can you actually open this door?
Yeah.
And what about the guards?
He's sleeping and stupid.
Open the door first.
Okay. Wait. Pinky promise that you will not do anything to hurt me or my friends.
Okay. Are your friends gonna stop me?
Gil might.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. I won't touch you or your friends, but if they touch me, I'm gonna hit them with this stick.
If you let me ride out on your shoulders, I guarantee that Gil will leave you alone.
Deal. Open the door.
Okay.
So roll me sleight of hand to use your thieves' tools.
Oh, cool. Wait, do you have you have your thieves tools?
Seriously, you guys, I rolled a 7. I just had +6 on that.
So this is probably gotta be one of the better locks in town. Seeing as they actually do want to keep the people in here in there. Maybe even particular this guy. That 13 doesn't quite cut it. So there's this full turn of 6 seconds of him having a lit torch in the back room where now there's light and a guard who's not really sleeping, but he is drinking and has been. Roll me a stealth check at disadvantage.
Okay, so just roll it twice.
You can also click disadvantage in your box in the upper right hand.
The guard rolled a 4, so unless you crit fail twice. Okay, so he's not quite aware now, but you know you don't have very long in this small building before somebody starts to smell smoke. Somebody. Maybe not the drunk guy, but go ahead and roll sleight of hand twice.
So again, disadvantage?
Not on the sleight of hand.
Okay, so roll it twice then.
Yeah.
Hey Ben,
Just to see how bad.
is her are her thieves tools a different stat than her sleight of hand?
No, it's the same stat.
It's the same stat.
Well, okay, so my thieves' tools, I have a +6. My sleight of hand, I have a +6.
All right, so it's the same.
It should be the same, yeah. So, 12 seconds to attempts. You don't get it. It's a tough cookie to crack. And the guard... On the very last attempt, 18 for 18, he's finally noticed, but you do have the door open. So he starts hollering because he's smelling smoke. What does
Huzzah!
everybody else do?
We smell smoke. We don't have any idea why, but we know it's fire, and we'll offer to help.
I'm just walking up to the situation from the tavern still.
Okay, so you see the constable start to make for the jail cells. Greta, do you actually hop on this guy's shoulders?
Oh yeah. I told him I would.
Okay, so you hop on this guy's shoulders, and he throws the torch against the wall to start a fire anyways, and he starts barreling out. Is anybody going to try to stop him?
Well, we don't see him yet.
I mean, yeah, if he comes with an eye shot, yeah, probably, yeah.
He's barreling down the hallway with the guard hollering at him, with smoke rolling out from behind him, and Greta riding his shoulders.
That would be a yes then.
Okay, so who's going to try to stop him?
Hey, Gil, I
Greta,
made a
what's
friend.
going on?
I made a friend.
Friend, that's a prisoner. He's breaking out of jail and he's burning the place down. We have to stop.
Okay, so he's just showing, get the fuck out of the way as he's running down this hallway trying to bail out. Anybody who tries to stop him, roll me a strength check.
Yeah, I'm
To
tackling
grapple.
this dude. Can I roll athletics, dude?
Yeah. 20 run from
Shit.
Signy. There's no beating that unless he crits a 3. He's probably been in there for a long time, so he hits you and he's like a leaf.
So she just tackles the hell out.
Gil, I said I would help him. You are making me break my promise.
Greta, you need to talk to us before you start breaking out people from out of jail and promising that we won't. You had to know arrest a criminal being broken out of jail. It's like total.
I vouched for him.
Okay. Did you ask him what his crimes were?
Why does that matter? He
It
knows stuff.
It matters what his crimes were. All right. You start talking. Why shouldn't we put you right back into that prison?
So
I just
on
look-
fire.
I just looked at Gil and I'm like, I don't think that's really our decision.
yeah, just as you start trying to question him, that other guard, even though he's been drinking, starts grappling him as well and pulling him back. Even though there's smoke rolling out, he's still going back there. The constable, she just seemed to ignore the prisoner, not very concerned to go straight for the smoke. Psycho, are you paying much attention to this?
Yeah, I'm looking. There was a thing I would have done to try and stop him, but he was stopped. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that worked.
Are you watching the constable?
Yeah.
Okay, so she raises her hand towards the source of the smoke and the budding fire. It has started to light the wall, but she makes this incantation and roll me Arcana. Let's see if you know what's going on. A 25. Okay, so especially as a mystic, you might not have been paying too much attention to her, but now that she definitely does have your attention,
Yeah.
she's a little bit higher of an arcanist than might have been let on. Her aura, now that you're looking, is pretty strong. She just waved her hand and all the smoke disappeared and snuffed out the fire.
Is she cute?
That's totally relevant.
Because she's got my attention now.
I mean, like, if you don't know, roll for it.
For the
Oh,
record, that is a Darren catch.
So she's a little butch. I mean, she is the jail constable, so she kind of has to be. So
Yeah.
no.
What you're saying is yes, actually.
If you're into that.
I'm attracted to women of power.
The question is, does she have a bigger beard than Psycho?
I can also roll for this.
oh, good lord.
God.
A 7.
So no?
Psycho, give me a 1d20.
Good lord.
It's very important. 17. Unfortunately, Psycho does have more stubble than she does, but she does have a mustache.
So you're not just
Right.
looking at her and just saying, wow, that is amazing. How come they didn't send you with the noble children?
She gives you an irritated look and pulls the prisoner by the ear back into his jail cell. Kicks
No,
it
wait,
shut.
stop!
Greta?
Is Greta gonna try to stop?
Greta. Now, before we start
Greta, I
breaking criminals,
suggest you just hold on a second. As she's going, I'm trying to say to Greta as quietly as I can, like, if that woman wants to stop you or punish you for what you did, you won't really have much recourse. I think you should lie low for just a couple minutes.
I mean, she's literally riding on his shoulders.
After the
Before
tackle,
she, I think you might get clotheslined as she starts to push him through into the cell, so she does pull you off directly.
yeah, she would.
Okay, so she pulls me off and what? Drops me on the ground?
She's just kind of like holding you, both hands under your armpits like a baby, like, what are you kind of look.
Yeah, I could just see it flailing, trying to reach her and unable to.
Yeah. She tries to hand you back over to an armadillo.
and I take her and place her on my shoulder with as much dignity as possible.
I don't think anything about that was dignified.
The point is, I tried to do it like it's dignified.
Should I just cross my arms over my chest and huff at you?
So she
Yeah.
gives you a flat look, and just how did the cell and torch get opened?
What?
Objection. Leading the.
I don't know. I'm just a dumb kid. Ask him. He's the criminal.
Give me
It-
a charisma check.
I would argue
Deception.
the deception. Yes, I have
Yeah.
good deception.
17. Okay, so yeah, you do definitely look like a kid. I'd probably give you advantage for that too. Everybody else has been saying it. So she looks at an armadillo. Can you please control your kid while you're in a prison?
Yes, madam. I'll be certain to not let her run off.
I think it's
He's
time for us
in
to
the
go.
cell for a reason. It is time for you to go.
You're right.
Yeah.
We'll be going now. By the way, just out of curiosity, what was he locked up?
It's a slur of things for him. Drunk and disorderly, assault with a knife. He hasn't been in here for murder yet, but he's on a steep decline.
I see. And is he rude or messy, or is he polite and?
How the fuck would I know?
See, Greta, he's rude and messy. Look, let's go ahead to
No
general.
stuff.
Then write him a letter. Make him a pen pal. Maybe he'll find out something.
Maybe I won't tell you what I learned.
Greta, I got some ball bearings.
You're being condescending.
No, seriously, I got some ball bearings. These things are fucking awesome.
Let me see.
Look, and I give her the bag of ball bearings, and I'll give you these too, but you got to be careful because these hurt. And I show her the couch.
Okay, fine. He said that the Heartless Gang is competent, but they've been watching the town, and he doesn't know why because there's nothing worth stealing here. And also, they have the blacksmith, and they took up in his back.
Oh, sweet. And was you going to tell you anything else when you broke them out, or?
Are you
we-
telling all of this right in front of the constable?
Oh, no,
Oh,
we
yeah.
left.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought we left. Yeah,
She
we
doesn't
left.
care.
Okay, so a Narmigal's been walking out with... Okay, making sure that you're not telling the cops about it while you're at the police station, basically. So
would
continue.
Luckily, an Armagill's dealt with this before.
There you go.
Alright, so did everybody leave?
Well, I'm out.
All right.
I'll wave to her and then I'll walk out last.
All right. So we don't need to
So-
stop at the.
Blacksmith?
So we don't need to stop at the general store. We can just look at that list, assume what we need to purchase, and then just take that out of our coffers.
Unless you explicitly would like to interact with the general store, yeah, you just go ahead and use the list.
No, we might as well use the last 15 minutes to at least advance the adventure a little bit. We learned some stuff, but we might as well start making our way over to the Sunless Citadel.
So does that mean
Unless
I
anybody
can
wants
put?
to go.
Does that mean I can put ball bearings and caltrops in my inventory?
Yes, you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Hell yeah!
I mean, she didn't have any healing kits, so I'm going to purchase some healers kits from that. Oh, wait. Why am I purchasing healers kits? I can just touch.
Yeah, I don't think you need to stabilize anybody unless you're just going to use lay on hands. Like, you kind of get it for free.
Yeah. As long as I don't got to touch people more than 5 times.
All right, so everybody left the jail. What's everyone doing?
All right, so we have some idea of where we're going. We're supplied. We should make our way towards this Sunless Citadel, towards this temple. Perhaps we'll find some information about these druids, and perhaps we'll find some information about these goblins. But there's nothing left for us here in this town. Unless someone wants to speak to the farmer.
Are we not going to the blacksmith?
Oh, sure. If you want to talk to the blacksmith, we may as well. Since
Well, I
you
mean-
almost got arrested for it, we may as well speak. What? You almost got arrested for it. I'm sorry. I know that you never would have let yourself be arrested. You like the thrill of the adventure. But let's talk to the blacksmith.
Well, okay, but they have him in the back. They took up in the black room. The gang did.
Wait, I'm confused. OC. The blacksmith is in town, or the blacksmith's in the back room with the gang? I don't know what's going on.
The blacksmith is at the blacksmith's, and Greta was told that the gang went to the blacksmith and took him into the back room. So the gang's at the blacksmith.
Oh, fuck. In that case, we're not talking about this. We're running over it. Greta, when somebody's being kidnapped, could you please say it with some more urgency?
Well, you were. Ugh.
Yep. So that's why you're confused. She's very, very calmly telling you that somebody's been kidnapped and taken hostage.
Seriously, I didn't even catch it because I
fuss over it. People get kidnapped.
These things happen.
You were supposed to listen to me, and you were supposed to let the man get through. He had useful information.
Just won't let him do that for some information, would you?
Next time, let's make a hand signal for this guy's cool. At least, next time you're riding on somebody's shoulder, give me a thumbs up, and we'll let.
I mean, I figured being on his shoulders would be enough.
I don't know. You might have been on his shoulders trying to stab him. Look, we got a blacksmith.
Friend.
Yeah, but I was already jealous of Signy's tackling skills at that point. By the way, Signy, good hit. I mean, goddamn, I barely got a stroke on him. You just knocked that dude clean out. I didn't know that anybody could do like a full backflip off of a forearm.
Yeah, it happens. About to practice.
Alright, so everybody's walking
Sam.
and talking. Hustling over to the blacksmith. Do you guys immediately rush in?
No, wait, go around to the back. Around the back.
All right, let's go around the back.
Oh,
Sam?
Let's split up. Some of you go to the front.
Sure. You want to sandwich them? No. I don't want to split up, Greta. We'll go together in the back. Sam, are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you got a line in today. Sorry. So yeah. Is the back door open, or do we have to kick it down?
So you go around to the back door of the business. It's not the entry, so it is locked.
Can't I just unlock it? Like, you don't have to kick things down.
Sure, go ahead, unlock it. You won't kick it. I'm frowning. I don't know if Signy's frowning.
I want to see some kicking.
I mean, I'm counting. I'm waiting. It
I
doesn't.
kick it once before she gets there.
Just to say, while she's busy, fiddling with this lock, I am taking paces back.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
she
no, I
doesn't
did
get
not
it in
succeed.
the first few seconds.
I imagine she's going to have to dodge out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Are there any windows
right.
that I can see through, or that I can see through while she's fiddling with the lock?
There's one, but the curtains are closed.
All right.
All right.
Can I
All
get
right.
a quick
Go ahead.
recap of what happened?
Quick recap. Everybody went to the jail. Everybody
Yep.
talked to the constable, or just about. And then Greta tried to break out a prisoner who had very useful information and was going to say more, but got forced back into the cell. The gist of it is, he knows of a gang who's come here and kidnapped the blacksmith for some reason, even though there's nothing to steal here. Everybody's going to rescue the hostage.
As Armageddon like goes for the door, I like to tackle it, and I'm thinking to myself like, huh. I mean, he was a prisoner. I wonder if he was lying to us.
Good point. I've already trusted Greta, so it's too late.
No, yeah,
Alright,
this- I'm
I
just
look
doing
over
it
to
big.
So I look over to Signy and say, "All right, Sig, on 3, 3, 2, 1." Ooh.
So, Anarmagal, you go at this door in a run. You're in heavy armor. You thought you were protected like a bull, but as your shoulder impacts with the door, you dislocate something.
Wonderful. All right, Sig, I loosened it up for you. You got this.
Let me do it.
I just looked to you and I'm like, I mean, he could have been lying, right?
Yeah, but we didn't punch anybody.
God damn it, you guys.
Okay, so Greta tries again. Another 6 seconds goes by. Ulrich tries to kick the door. Everybody's making quite the ruckus outside the
We're just-
town.
Just bumbling
I would like
idiots.
to cast Minor Illusion and make something big and scary look like it's out here.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
Wait, you can't cast. You can't. But you don't have minor illusion. Do you?
Oh, yes,
He's a
I
force.
do.
Gnome said.
Oh, force them. Okay.
As a
Okay.
gnome, she does. Can you click on minor illusion for me?
5 foot square.
So
I would like
you-
to create something very big and scary looking. Well, I guess I
so
can only
to
do 5 foot
you-
square. It would
Yep,
be
to
5 foot
you, it
square.
might be big.
It's just a copy of Uric.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds exactly like the sort of shit she would do, except with bigger swords, axes that have blood on them.
Axes.
So there's a very slightly more impressive version of Yurik standing next to Yurik.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there are 2 of them!
Sig, you want to take the door down?
Can I
Somebody
just
should take
can
the
I
door
just
down.
knock on the door? Hello?
Give me a perception check, Signy.
Okay.
A natural 20. Okay, so you do hear a scuffle coming from the back room and maybe footsteps, but only for a second. Somebody is in there, but there's no response.
All right. Okay. I whispered to everybody else. Now, let's run around and go through the front.
Can I take down the door?
Can I just try and open it again? I'll do
Can
the
I
one
just
as
go-
you let me.
I just want to go out front and like find a nice place to sit down and wait.
Just gotta go to the front door. Try that.
Yeah, we're just gonna go around. You can open the door again if you want to.
Is there?
Look, I didn't suck that time.
Oh.
I mean, actually, I rolled a 12, which is not that great, but I'm good at that.
It's been going on for about a minute of bumbling around. And oddly
He's
enough,
super prepared for us.
this building is supposed, or at least this business is supposed to be active, but you've heard nothing out of it so far. Nobody's left to investigate.
Alright, that's a little suspicious.
This is the blacksmith.
This is the blacksmith.
Okay.
So, Sai, do you actually walk in the front door?
Yeah,
Well,
I would've-
all of this bumbling around. Okay,
Yeah.
so Sai walks in the front door while everybody's still bumbling around, dislocating shit, and
I
failing
was
to pick a
out
simple.
front. Alright.
Yeah,
I
well,
gave
you-
up
you-
on this plan.
Yeah, whoever's out front could have walked in with me because they go to the back and say, "Well, okay, I'll take the front."
Yeah, I asked Sai before
Yeah,
the second, or just after the second lockpick, I think, and to go up front with me
so it
because
would,
we're bunk buddies.
yeah, so it would be Yurik, myself, and who was it? Samsung.
Yes.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I have fake Uruk back with us.
That's right. Yeah, we can't tell the difference.
We have you surrounded with figure.
It's an army of dwarves.
Sai, Uruk, Samson, as you walk in, instead of seeing the wizened face of an experienced smithy that you were expecting,
Mhm.
you see a very scared, young-faced lad hiding behind the reception desk in his stead.
He's dead.
No, he's hiding
Instead.
behind the desk.
Oh,
Yeah, in his stead, not dead.
Oh,
I can see the
oh,
Wait,
distinction.
so
Yeah.
he's on the back room side, or is he on the front lobby side?
He's at the
Front
counter.
lobby, and he's hiding behind the desk.
Yurik, you scared him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over and just very quietly just ask where are they?
Outside.
The
they're trying to break in the back.
Yes, I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna face palm first of all, and then I'm just gonna say, okay, look, can you
He's shaking, he has a hand crossbow, and it's loaded, and he's very jittery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, look, calm down, don't worry, we're not here to rob or hurt or anything. We had heard that something had happened to the blacksmith, and my friends are trying to save him. So we are not here to hurt you, I promise.
Can you... I almost want, like, an insight check for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, come on, open up, man. Alright, inside. Split pin.
A 10. This kid is scared shitless. That is very on the surface. You saw that a mile away.
Yeah.
He might even be going into shock.
I want to grab the crossbow out of his hand, or at least knock it out of his hand, or something like that.
Okay.
I do
Do
actually
you
agree with that
knock
because
it out
we
of
need
his
to
head,
dis-
or...
Well, what I think I want to do is threaten them with my axe and say, "Give me the crossbow," or put the weapon down, or something like that. I think it's going to be intimidation, but I suck at intimidation.
You're doing an intimidation check
Really?
at this.
Oh,
Mhm.
huzzah!
Oh, that's a 20.
I would have really expected you to be really good at intimidation.
If he
Yeah, my
wasn't in
charisma's not
shock
good.
before, he is now. And is not moving.
Yeah, he's gonna be frozen.
So
You-
I grab the crossbow, take it from him. If
Yep.
he's not going to move.
There's zero resistance. He's like a
somebody
rabbit
should-
that heard a loud noise.
Somebody should let them in the back before they hurt themselves.
Yeah. So do I see the back door?
You see a door to the back, yes.
Alright.
Oh,
There
okay.
is a back room.
Yeah.
Let's Let's everybody go to the back room.
Yeah. So like, we are just gonna, as long as the boy is not gonna hurt himself or one of us, we're not.
Couldn't hurt
I'm
a
not going
butterfly
to.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to like stay around because we're gonna give that poor kid an aneurysm. So we go to that door and take a peek inside.
Okay, so who's out back and who's in the lobby?
Right now, Samson, Yurik, and Psychor are in the lobby. Myself, Greta, and Signy are in the back.
Oh, I left. As soon as I thought that this was a lie, I
Yeah.
just kind of gave up.
Yeah, they just bailed on you.
Okay, so
Oh, in that case, I did say we should all go around the front. But Greta start opening the door with an 18 at that point, so I guess it's just me and her back.
And fake Eric.
are you opening the back door from that end?
I intended to. I
She
mean,
got
I
an
unlocked
18.
it.
Okay, so let's say that you get it unlocked at around the same time.
Yeah. hmm
Because you were bumbling around in there and this was happening simultaneously. So,
We flanked him. Huzzah!
by accident. The entire thing has gone on by accident. Okay. So, upon forcing your way in through both doors, you stumble onto quite the scene. You see the blacksmith, presumably the owner and father, Rurik, bound and gagged on his own bed, and a bugbear, or at least what you think is a very gangly man, who's gonna try to hit you as soon as the door opens at the back.
Fair point.
Did we walk in at the same time as they did?
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do
for
we-
combat purposes, we can go ahead and use this same map. So everybody who's in position, be around the same spots that you were. I know Samson was in the lobby. Rick was in the lobby. Psychor, where the hell was Psychor? Am I getting mixed up?
Psychor is in the front.
He's
Yeah.
in the front. I could have swore.
Signy went back to the tavern.
Okay, so everyone is in the right position. All right, gotcha.
Signy went back to the tavern.
Yep. He thought it was a
So
lie.
he's just tired of
Which
our
is a
stuff.
very fair point.
We broke a prisoner out of jail, and now we're breaking it in.
Technically, I did both of those.
I like him. I like Signy. That's nice.
Okay, so you weren't expecting this.
We were
So-
expecting this.
That's
Absolutely.
not true. We definitely were expecting to fight something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't
Did
think.
Samson see this
That's,
coming?
yeah, that's why we have fake dwarf. Can we send him in?
Did you think about that? If it was the plan, then I would have said yes.
I mean,
all
I
this
don't think.
post stuff is-
Yeah, this probably wasn't clear enough.
Was that the original intention? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
I mean,
In the future,
my original intention was to make it look like there were more of us than there actually were.
I
So,
suppose that's almost close enough. Would you open the door
No.
carefully and put it in front of you? I don't know.
I mean, no, I think that's probably pushing it too much.
Okay.
I also have a feeling that Greta would just open the door and walk.
Yeah, that probably
who's
is
going, who's going in the back door first, though? An Armigo, would you let her?
No, well, let is a strong word. I would remind her that she always wants to clear a room first before she just goes tumbling in.
I mean,
So
I think that she spent enough time with Gil to know that you unlock the door and you push it open and you duck to let him over.
Yeah, so
You
I
probably
would
just
definitely
step right over her.
So I would definitely, after she unlocks the door, I would push it open or kick it open and lean my back towards the wall before, like a cop.
Okay. So you burst in here, and at the same exact second as that door flies open, a javelin flies out.
All right, that's fair.
But it misses by a fairly wide margin and embeds itself in the door as it was opening. Everybody, roll me initiative.
Oh, sweet. Oh.
Where was that again?
And it critically fails. So apparently it's in shock too.
No, where was the initiative again? I can't remember.
It's
I'm
beside
going to
the.
say it's because she was scared by the 10-foot dwarf.
That poor kid.
Initiative's in the middle of your box.
Yeah, sorry, beside armor class. And
That poor kid.
up on the top.
Make sure you click on yourself before you click.
Nice.
All right, is that everybody?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
How large is the smith? The smithy? Like, how large is this room?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the blacksmith who was tied up.
No.
How big is the room? It's about the size of, I don't know, a medium bedroom. It's not very big. Actually, no, small, because it's in the back of a business.
Well, that would be like a 10 by 10.
Yeah, something like that.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in this 10 by 10 room.
Wow.
7 if you include the blacksmith.
Who's tied up on the bed?
Technically, I'm standing at the door.
And is there a gangly guy, or is that the blacksmith?
The
Or
gangly
no.
guy is a
Or is he an
bugbear.
enemy? Oh, okay. So
And that's
the-
about the best description for a bugbear as there is. A very gangly guy. Very hairy, very gangly.
Yeah, it's like a long-limbed, tall guy.
It's a goblin on steroids.
Or a troll, or a Malnore's troll.
Matter of fact, I might even have a handout for bugbear. Oh, you're already way ahead of me, but yeah, I might have a handout.
How high is the
Like-
roof?
Google Foo.
Here you go. You see this dude.
All right, what are you gonna do then?
He's not cute.
What
He is cute. What do you mean? He's cute. Look at him.
He's so fluffy.
Not for my purposes.
All right, Darren, what are you doing?
Psycho, it's your turn.
Alright, I am going to use my bonus action to switch my focus, which is going to be this, mostly just in case. And for my action, I'm just going to mind thrust him,
Okay.
which
It's an intelligence check. Not their specialty. Okay. So he rolls an 11. Yep.
I'm not anyway there, am I right? Like the others can get past me?
Yeah, especially because you're using psionic, you don't even have to worry about line of fire for this. You do see him, and your attack is successful.
Yeah.
For 7 damage, as he squeals at the unwanted thoughts that are thrusting into his mind. Won't poke at the phrasing.
Yeah. Mind thrust does have to be line of sight. Most of my stuff still follows that rule, so, for fairness. So as long as I'm not blocking the doorway, I'm gonna be okay there, and that's my turn.
We do. Greta, your
All right,
turn.
Greta, you will get sneak attack on this, so don't forget to add your D6.
Yeah. So can I like can I like climb up Gil and hop off him and stab him? I wanna fly. I wanna use my acrobatics.
Oh.
I don't know the extent of what qualifies an action in a whatever.
She basically is supposed to leap off my shoulder and stab it.
Now, are you trying to get behind him or just be flashy?
I'm just being flashy.
Okay, I'll let you roll for it. You can roll for flashiness.
Okay. You want acrobatics?
Acrobatics, go for it. In 18.
All right, guys. I have used my good roll, so now let's see me fail my attack.
Are you? By the way, are you moving right here? With that,
I mean, I basically want to like fly through the air at him with like both of my daggers exposed. Like I want to just like ram into him.
Where do you want to land?
Yeah.
I want to land with my daggers in his chest. I want to climb up him with my weapon.
Yeah, but where do you want your
Alright.
feet to be?
You want to yeah. Right.
I mean,
Alright,
I'm
so
not
go ahead and give me your attack rolls.
okay. That is
You should be able to click on your daggers,
okay.
and it should roll for you. Mm-hmm.
Do I have to do it twice or just once? Because it's both daggers. wanna
Twice.
Nice.
So this one hits, and that would be 4 damage. Offhand doesn't get modifier damage. Important thing to remember.
I have no idea. Oh, and it's sneak attack, right? Do I get that?
Dice 6, yes. Okay, so you hit him for 7 damage, as you do manage to stick him with one of them.
Haha.
So he hollers, but he's still very much alive and very angry. Is that your turn?
I mean, if I can hop off and put Gil between us, I would do.
I guess technically you can do that, and it doesn't leave his zone of control.
Yeah, I think it does.
So you can't put him between us. You could go anywhere that circles him. So that's, here, here.
Except
even
bugbears have reach.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It does not leave his zone of control for an attack of opportunity. So technically you can.
Oh,
Just be aware that he can still smack you from that distance.
That's fine.
So you
I
can
just
move
want.
back. Yeah, you can move back here.
Yeah, I
and
just
you're
want.
still.
Yeah, I just want a barrier between me and him.
Sure. That's fine. Alright, so Samson, your turn.
All right. Well, that's a big fluffy thing.
You got this, man.
darn it.
Well, I'm not about to run up, so I'm going to cast. Let's go with Dissonant Whispers.
Alright. Go ahead and click on it.
Sorry, small windows popping up everywhere.
So that's a Wisdom DC 13 for 11 damage.
Samson, I just showing all that they're smarter than this guy.
Huh.
Hmm?
And it has to use its reaction to move away from you. Okay. So everybody else is not in range, but an Armagil, he does start to bowl right past you as
All
it
right.
tries to run out the door for 30 feet. So go ahead and give me an attack of opportunity, you and Greta.
Cool.
Cool. What do I
Brad,
use?
You still get to use one of your swings. If you hit him, you get sneak attack because this is a different.
So I click my dagger,
Yep.
Oh,
or can I use my rapier? I guess I have a dagger in both hands. I should use my daggers.
Okay. Go ahead
I mean,
and click
I
on it.
assume I can't just change weapons. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
There is a rule for it, technically, but 24 for 5.
Oh, and sneak attack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Haha.
Sure.
oh,
So 24 for 6. Describe.
sorry. 3 natural ones for damage.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
yeah, pointing that out. That is pretty bad. Nice. Nonetheless, it is just enough to bring it down. So describe to me how you take down this fleeing bugbear.
Oh, I leap on his back and I slit his throat from behind.
All right, and down it goes, and it slides just like a baseball player right into a stone.
And I am totally left sitting on his back, like, Yeah!
This also explains my crit miss, because just as I was about to swing at the bugbear, Greta's on his back. I'm swinging. It's coming towards her, and I completely just remember that shoulder thing I felt before, and just swing wildly and fall face first in the mud, trying not to hit Greta with my broad.
All right, and so the party's sitting there, made a lot of noise, took down the bugbear, the kidnapper, and the blacksmith is still tied and gagged to his bed, gurgling and struggling violently. We are, however, 12 minutes over time, so do you guys want to push it or call it here?
We can let him out and then call it, right?
Yeah, I can stick around long enough to let him out.
Everyone
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, not too much.
Yeah, that's good with me. Let's pull.
Okay, so Signy, you heard a lot of screaming as people probably got stabbed. Are you
yeah.
coming to investigate?
You probably figured
Yeah.
out it wasn't a lie. I mean,
I'm drinking my beer and I'm like, oh god, the guardsmen are killing them now. Gonna have to find new companions.
All right, so Signy, you're leaving the tavern. What is everyone else doing?
Guess I'm tying the guy and talking to
honestly, I want to check the bugbear's pockets. Does he have pockets?
Not really.
I would like to loot him.
He has a club.
Is it bigger than me?
Yes. It
I
is
would-
very much a great club.
I would kick it and then join the other.
Okay, so Anarmagil, you're cutting him free?
Yeah.
All right, so you start to take off the bonds, and why don't you give me, I would say, a survival or investigation? Natural one.
Damn.
Huh. It
It's
looks
been
like
a rough
he's
night.
been in here for years. He's been bond for a long time. He's got red marks that are really gouged around his wrists and legs. He looks like a prisoner of war.
Damn.
Everyone else, he has been bound for a little while, but not quite as bad as what it's made to sound like.
This man's been here for far too long. He'll need to be healed. So I'll go and use a healing hand on him.
All right. How many points are you giving him?
I'll give him 1. I don't know him that well.
All right. So, is he ungagged? Or did you just cut him free?
I cut him free and ungagged him.
All right.
Hmm.
So he's coughing, very dehydrated, and you give him 1 hit point back. So he does look a little bit better, but he's been beat up. So he doesn't seem to be in a very good fit to talk, even still. Anybody else who would like to investigate him?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
I'd like to
Okay.
investigate his pockets.
I thought you said cock for sure. I will help whoever is going to investigate. So is it done with advantage?
Yep. So I don't know if we have anybody who took heal directly. The heal skill?
I have medicine.
Medicine.
But,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's that.
I don't have it. I mean, I have a +2 to it. But
I actually, no, I don't have medicine. I thought I had medicine, but I don't.
Yeah,
I'm taking it off.
+0 medicine.
I have some
Oh,
medicine.
crap. Well, it's on you then.
That's why I was passing maybe a survival if that's higher.
I can do survival.
Yeah, go ahead and do survival with advantage. Uh, 23. So you would estimate that he's probably been in here for a couple of weeks. Probably not fed and maybe water occasionally. It looks like more waterboarding than properly allowing him to drink. And he's been beat up by a bugbear, which are notoriously vicious.
Well, it looks like he's had the shit kicked at him. Does anybody have any food and water we can give him?
Fine. We haven't visited the people yet. He can have one of my rations, and he can have some water. Wait, Signe, give me that. And I take Signe's tankard of ale and give it to the dude.
All right, so
But I was
whatever.
drinking that.
Oh, he needs it, Signe. Come on, be a pal.
Signe needs it too.
Signe will get you some more ale when we get back home.
All right, so
I mean,
whatever you
I
hand
would
him,
offer him a ration, but it would be. I would offer him a ration, but it would be a gnome ration, which wouldn't do him a lot of good.
All right,
Yeah,
so
no.
he gulps down the food, and he's very grateful. Thank you. I'm not sure why they're in here. We're beat up for days.
Yeah,
Have they attacked anyone else to your knowledge?
You cut out for a second there, Narvika. What was that?
I said, have they attacked anyone else to your knowledge?
to your knowledge.
No, it forced its way in here. Kept saying something heartless. Something about embers.
Who's the kid in front?
That's my son, that's my boy.
Were they asking you anything? What did they want to know?
They weren't asking me questions, they were just making me stop giving people weapons.
Did they come from the goblins?
I don't know where they come from.
Or he? So it was just one of them?
I thought there was two. You only got one?
There were two of those things? Check.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh,
He's just looking at you.
There was two of those things that she just killed?
Well, yeah.
Where's the second one?
As far as you can tell, the room is empty.
Do I see signs of the second one?
I would say, Signe, you could give me a survival for tracks.
Okay. 4 rounds.
I'd like to help him.
Sure.
Oh, there you go. You can do
I
three.
mean-
Probably get better than I am.
Roll it again for advantage because I'm helping.
Okay.
16. It's good enough. You do see a lot of very big and dirty footprints in here. They are two different sizes. From what you can tell, probably a bit bigger.
I want to go into the other room and see how the kids do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you step out and you see the kid hiding behind the reception desk. Practically catatonic with shock, just shaking.
I ask him if he's seen the other creature.
You hear teeth rattle as the person who rolled a crit 20 walks in and starts asking him questions.
Maybe, all right.
I think Greta might go past him and be like, "Let me. No one's
Okay.
scared of me."
All right. I go back to him. I don't have investigation, but anybody who does have investigation should try to see if we can find him hiding in a closet or under a bed or some fucking thing.
Oh,
mean, I have
the other one?
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
let
got to
me
be around somewhere.
take a look.
I have a. Oh, there. See, he's got it.
I mean, a bugbear is like 8 feet tall and
Yeah.
300 pounds. He's not hiding in the cupboard.
No.
Okay, that's good.
With the 22 investigation, you'd surmise he's not in the building.
Yeah.
Well, we know that now.
It's a pretty tiny building.
Okay, so then can I ask the kid, like, you know, as the small I'm probably smaller than he is. Like, did you see where the other bugbear went?
He slowly points at the front door.
Do you know which way?
He's pointing at the front door.
Okay, well, yeah, outside. Thank you. Left or right?
And he's pointing at the front door. He's not moved. He's behind the desk.
It's still better than we did before. So I guess when we start again, we should be looking for tracks outside the front door and see if we can track.
Yep.
Before we go, is there anything cool in there that Samson could use? Like cool in the
I mean, it is a blacksmith. Surely he has
You
something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
closed
guys, we don't want to be stealing from the guy we just saved. The only blacksmith. in
It
town.
would be a reward.
Is this a discussion happening in character?
No, it's not.
So is there a
Wait.
reward? Like, we help,
Well,
right?
wait. I am back there, right? So yeah, I would mention that.
Greta, Stamson are not going to steal from a man we just rescued.
No one said steal.
I just said that we would be rewarded.
It's up to him if we're going to be rewarded or not. But now is not the time.
We have a bugbear to capture in a town to save. We can deal with rewards later. Please.
Okay.
Fine. You're a mean babysitter.
Samson, you are are you the bard or the barbarian?
I am the bard.
Okay, Samson's the bard, so Signy's the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's pretty late.
Yep. So at 24 minutes past, I'm gonna call it here. Good game, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good game.
All right. So next week we know what we have to do. We have to hurry up and get this bugbear, then we have to make our way towards the city.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's got their objectives. Pretty clear path.
Hopefully we can reach level 2 before we get to the Citadel. I wouldn't mind smiting some people.
Yep, we'll definitely see about that. I'm looking forward to next session. It should.
Alrighty. Thank you for your hard work,
Yeah,
Ben.
thanks.
Yep.
I'll try to be slightly less roguish next time. I mean, when I say rogue, I mean renegade.
I mean, don't stop. It's fun at the very least. Mixes things up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're doing great so far. Everybody is. I would say one thing. It's not a great idea to split the party.
Like right now, we've been splitting the party. We've been splitting the party so far because it hasn't been dangerous yet.
Yeah.
But for two things, there's two reasons not to split the party. Of course, one being danger, and the other one being
Spotlighting.
Yeah, it could keep people sitting on the bench for a really long time, and we don't want that.
Yeah, and the 2 times you did split the party, I mean, you saw some very spooky trees and then a bugbear, so probably not the smartest idea to keep splitting up here.
That's true. That's true.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
Okay.
I gotta get going.
Yeah.
I know you guys
See you
do too,
guys.
so
All
see you
right,
later.
Right. See everybody next week.
See ya.